This week on Charger Bulletin News, Charge Out is coming up, a survey about the grievance policy is live, the annual Holocaust Remembrance Ceremony is next week, and a new service for students is announced. Right here on Charger Bulletin News. Hello and welcome to Charger Bulletin News. I'm Valentina Ortiz-Elian.
And I'm Justin Coviello. Let's get into this week's top stories.
Calling all graduating seniors, you've been hard at work earning your degree and graduation is quickly approaching. Coming up on Monday, April 17th is Charge Out, where you can sign up for campus celebrations like the Commencement Ball and Senior Week. Pick up your regalia, meet with different offices to prepare for graduation, and have access to free giveaways. Charge Out will be held from 1 to 6 p.m. in the Beckerman Recreation Center. Graduating students are encouraged to attend the event as their schedules allow. If you are unable to attend Charge Out, you can pick up your regalia at the campus bookstore, or if you're a distance learning student in need of special arrangements to get your regalia, you can contact the bookstore by email at 0501mgr@follett.com or by phone at 203-931-2954. Graduates are required to have regalia to participate in commencement, so make sure you find time to pick it up. Coverage on Senior Week and the Commencement Ball is coming up later.
On Friday, April 7th, Vice President of Student Affairs Ophelia Rowe Allen shared an email with the student body on behalf of the chair of the Grievance Policy Review Committee, Layla Dutton. The Grievance Policy Review Committee is, quote, charged with investigating and reviewing the grievance policy and procedure. It is focused on identifying procedural issues that may need improvement, end quote. The email from Rowe Allen and Dutton included a link to a survey about student experiences with the grievance process as part of the committee's effort to review the related policies and procedures. They are looking for responses from students that have filed a grievance against a faculty member, served as a witness for a grievance against a faculty member, or had concerns about the grievance process, which includes those who intended to file but did not pursue action due to concerns about the process itself. All responses to the survey are anonymous and will remain within the committee. The survey should only take about 10 minutes to complete. If you have any questions about the survey, direct them to Committee Chair Dutton at ldutton@newhaven.edu. The survey will remain open until Tuesday, April 18th, and you can read the full grievance policy in the student handbook on page 132, which is available on My Charger under the Academics tab.
On Wednesday, April 19th, the 19th Annual Holocaust Remembrance Day ceremony will be taking place at 3 p.m. in Bucknell Theater. The event is led by Professor Ira Kleinfield and has been a campus staple. This year's guest speaker will be Daphne Geismar, the author of Invisible Years, a family's collected account of separation and survival during the Holocaust in the Netherlands. Geismar's family was directly affected and separated, and the book tells the story of 9 family members through various letters, diaries, photographic artifacts, and interviews. In past years, this important ceremony has had virtual options if you are unable to attend in person. The 18th annual ceremony was live streamed on YouTube, and the 17th annual ceremony was hosted on Zoom. An announcement on if a virtual option will be available is yet to be released, but you may be able to expect one to be offered. Keep an eye out for an email announcement as we get closer to the event next Wednesday.
As March came to a close, the Registrar's Office announced a new service for students called MyHub. Through MyHub, students can access a comprehensive and verified education record between all participating colleges and universities. MyHub provides 24/7 access to your academic records, such as enrollment history, earned degrees, anticipated graduation date and completion certificates, good standing discount certificates, and the ability to order transcripts and more. MyHub is run by the National Student Clearinghouse, and over 3,000 colleges and universities participate in their services. Participating students can not only have access to the records, but also have access to the Clearinghouse financial aid services. The Clearinghouse has been an established nonprofit since 1933. You can learn more about how to use MyHub by signing up through the MyHub link in the March 22nd email from the Registrar's Office. And you can learn more about the service and the National Student Clearinghouse by visiting studentclearinghouse.org. And now we'll throw it to Will with sports.
Hello everybody, my name is Will Hink, and welcome to the Charger Sports Report. As usual, we have a lot to cover, so let's get started. The Charger softball team had a road trip over the last week. They showed some consistency over these games as they swept both Staten Island and St. Rose, but quickly came back to earth with 2 losses against Adelphi. Coming into this week, the Chargers sit at the 7th seed of the conference with a 7-7 conference record and an 11-22 overall. The baseball team also had a road trip last week, albeit shorter. They trounced their opponents against Caldwell by a score of 13-4. 7 different Chargers left with at least 1 RBI. Then New Haven traveled to Felicia University and came away with a 9-5 win, followed by a game against American International College where the Yellow Jackets flipped the script on the Chargers and defeated New Haven 9-5. After these games, the Chargers sit at the 2 seed in the Southwest Division. The women's lacrosse team had a homestand over the last week. They got off to an amazing start with a 23-6 win against American International College. 11 different Chargers scored at least 1 point in this savage display. Starting this evening, the Chargers will have a weekend matchup against SCSU. Lacrosse, baseball, and softball will be hosting our crosstown rival, and we're excited to see how these unfold. That's it for this week's Charger Sports Report. Back to you at the desk.
On Monday, April 3rd, it was announced that Chancellor Stephen Kaplan will be delivering the commencement address for the class of 2023 in May. The email announcement lauded Kaplan's leadership at the university as well as the growth of the school as a whole. We were interested in finding out what students thought of this announcement. LDNO Khalees has more with the story.
Thanks, guys. I'm here at the Bergami Center, and I'm going to be asking a couple of these students what their opinion is on the commencement speaker.
We hit the ground running, asking any and every senior we came across their thoughts on the former president being the commencement speaker.
I find it interesting because I feel like I never see him, so I think it's going to be interesting to actually see him at my commencement speaking. I don't know. I feel like he does speeches, but then also just doesn't. So it'll be interesting.
As Kaplan is a former president, he's a former, former commencement speaker, right? I think he has a lot of experience to give in.
Some students even expressed a partial opinion on the matter.
Yeah, I think it was the right choice. Again, I think it's going to be a very nice send-off for us and him.
I feel like they could have gone with someone else, to be honest. I feel like Kaplan's just very, there, and he wants to be relevant.
And if given the choice to choose their own commencement speaker, these seniors had this to say.
That's a hard question. I would definitely choose someone, I don't have a specific person in mind, but someone that is definitely impactful, someone that can connect with students, but that's also an inspiration to society. Just someone that doesn't have to be a celebrity, but someone that like I said makes an impact and really cares about college students and stuff. So yeah.
Honestly, the person who comes off the top of my head right now is Taylor Swift for some reason. I can't explain why, but I don't know. She seems like a very prominent figure. But she already spoke at NYU, so I don't know about UNH.
It seems that most students are relatively indifferent regarding the former president being the commencement speaker. That's all for today. My name is LDNO Khalees. Back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up next, Spring Fest and the Disabled Label are coming up very soon, along with information about Senior Week and the Commencement Ball. But first, we go to Sadara Funches with an update on entertainment news. What's going on this week, Sadara?
Thanks, guys. After crushing Koopas for over 40 years ago on Nintendo, Mario has finally crushed the box office with his first blockbuster movie this past weekend. The Super Mario Bros. Movie premiered in theaters this weekend and exceeded expectations. The film took first place and dethroned Frozen 2 for the best performing animated film in its debut week, and replaced Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium for the highest grossing debut for opening weekend of 2023 by reaching $378 million globally. Starring Chris Pratt as Mario, Charlie Day as Luigi, Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, and Jack Black as Bowser, audiences were able to enjoy a cinematic version of a classic video game story. The film follows Mario and Luigi, 2 Brooklyn-based plumbers who get sucked into a mystical mushroom kingdom and work to help stop the villainous Koopa King from world domination. With the records this movie has already passed over the weekend, it could become the first movie of the year to hit $1 billion in the global box office. Last week, Warner Brothers announced that DC's Blue Beetle is set to hit theaters this year on August 18th. Fans have been ecstatic for over a year after receiving a tease at the 2021 DC Fandom event. Blue Beetle's original release was set to stream on HBO Max, but due to this being DC's first ever Latino superhero, creators decided to bring it to the theaters to make the experience that much more special. Blue Beetle is set to follow Mexican-American teenager Jaime Reyes, played by Cobra Kai's Cholo Mariduena after he gets superpowers when he comes in contact with alien armor. That's all for this week in entertainment. There are more new releases on the way, so keep an eye out. I'm Sadara Funches. Back to you guys at the desk.
We're at that point in the spring semester again, and it's time for the annual Spring Fest celebration hosted by the Residence Hall Association. This year, the theme is the Ultimate Field Day. If you miss the days of fun field games, the Bixler-Gerber Quad will be the site of some of those same games. There will be food, prizes, and plenty of activities between 12 and 4 p.m. tomorrow, Friday, April 14th. The weather forecast shows a warm and sunny day, so get outside and enjoy the fresh air, whether you're running around in the quad or finding a patch of light to relax in.
On Tuesday, April 18th, the Accessibility Resource Center and Delta Alpha Pi are hosting their Disabled the Label event from 2:30 to 5:30 p.m. in the Bixler-Gerber Quad. Disabled the Label is an annual awareness day that, quote, promotes diversity and inclusion and raises awareness about disabilities, end quote. This year, the event will have an adaptive sports program, the Hearing Voices simulation, a speaking event, and an ability awareness lunch-on, which will include an alumni panel discussion. A hallmark of this event is the Disabled the Label Fair, where attendees can learn about specific disabilities throughout the day. Each activity hopes to educate students, faculty, and staff. So if you're looking to learn in a fun and inclusive way, you might want to stop by the quad.
If you're interested in participating in Senior Week, make sure to sign up at ChargeOut to be eligible for the upcoming events. Seniors graduating during the spring 2023 or winter 2023 semesters can participate in 3 days of senior-only activities from May 10th to May 12th. As a reminder, you must sign up for these events during ChargeOut on Monday, April 17th between 1 and 6 p.m. Event availability is on a first-come, first-served basis, and you must pay a $30 fee to participate. You can pay with cash, check, or Charger Cash. Here's what you can sign up for. On Wednesday, May 10th, there will be a trip to Dave & Buster's at the Connecticut Post Mall. There will be food, drinks, and of course, arcade games. This trip will take place from 6:30 to 11:30 p.m. On Thursday, May 11th, there's a trip to New York City, which includes a dinner cruise. Transportation to the city will be provided, and the cruise will, of course, include food, drinks, and dancing. The trip is a full day-long event running from 10:15 a.m. to midnight. And on Friday, May 12th, there will be a food festival hosted on campus in the German Club and at the Berkami Hall patio from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. There will be food trucks, a dunk tank, a rage room, a game room, photo booths, and t-shirt and basket giveaways. If you have any questions, you can reach out to the Class of 2023 e-board by email at classof2023@newhaven.edu.
Also a part of Senior Week is the Commencement Ball, which will be hosted on Friday, May 12th from 6 to 10 p.m. at Anthony's Ocean View in New Haven. This is a semi-formal event with appetizers, dessert, beer, and wine. There is no charge for graduating students who participate, but registration is required and is available on a first-come, first-served basis. Transportation will be provided for students, especially since there is alcohol involved in the event. You can reserve a ticket on Eventbrite, and the link can be found via CELO's Commencement Ball invitation email from Thursday, April 6th. That's all the time we have for this week.
You can check out the latest Charger Bulletin newspaper on chargerbulletin.com or in newsstands around campus.
Stay up to date by following us on social media at Charger Bulletin.
Check out our link tree for access to the Horseshoe magazine.
Thank you for joining us this week. I'm Valentina Ortiz-Elian.
And I'm Justin Coviello. See you next time on Charger Bulletin News.